Hi guys, I was looking on the internet to see if I could find the proper way to set up a rear spindle for a 77 Corvette. Couldn't find anything, so I thought I'd make one. I'll just run through everything we have here. This is the spindle setup tool. You can get those from any of the Corvette suppliers. It's just cut so that the bearings just slip on without any troubles at all, rather than having to press them on. I've just got a wrench to tighten that up. I got my spindle support here, a torque wrench, 100 foot-pounds. These are all the little spacers. They go from about 96 thou here to about 144 here. So we'll use one of those for the final setup for this. And then I just have like a calculator and my calipers there for figuring out my measurements. And I got new Tom spindles as well. So that's what we need to start out with, and let's get going. Okay, so what I've done here is I've gone and taken all my spacers, and I've just measured them all and marked them, and then just laid them in here. What I'm going to do now is put our bearing on. You want to make sure everything's nice and clean. So everything's clean. The bearings have a really light coating of WD-40 on it. Put the bearing in, our spindle support, the spacer. What I did with the spacer here is I just got a little piece of sandpaper here and just laid it on the flat surface and just kind of ground each edge just a little bit, just to take any burrs that were there off. So that's all nice and clean now. Put that on. Now what we're going to do is take our thickest shim that we have and put that in. And then what we're going to do is tighten everything down, take a measurement of the space, the play that's in there, and that'll give us a measurement to work from for calculating our correct thickness of our spacer that we need. So I'll just tighten this up, 100 foot-pounds. And I just got my torque wrench calibrated the other day too, which is kind of nice. They were both, I got the an inch-pound one and this one, and they were both good. So that makes me happy. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I put a piece of flat plate on here so that I can put my magnetic stand on. We want to have our dial indicator just on the edge of the flat edge of the spindle. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'll just bring this up just a little bit so you can see, is I'll zero this out. It's pretty close. That looks pretty good. Now what we'll do is we'll lift it up, and then I like to rotate the bearing support a little bit so that the bearings kind of find the little rollers find their little spot that they're supposed to be in. And that looks like it's about 19 thousandths of an inch. Yeah, it works out to 19 thousandths of an inch play in there. The book says we're supposed to have between 1 and 8. So I'll take this off. Okay, so I know that this one is 144.5. So I got my calculator going here. 144.5 minus 19 thousandths equals 125.5. So the closest one I have is 126.5, and that'll give me a thou play. So we'll try that one and see what happens. We should end up with 1/1000th play, which would be pretty good. So drop that in there. Bearings on. Tighten everything down again, same thing, same process. $100 bound. Rig this up one more time. Oop, let's just move it in just a little bit closer. There we go. Okay, I'll zero this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Wiggle it back and forth. And that's about, we have about one thou play. I'm happy with that. So there we go. We got our spacer. We got a thou play in there. I'm happy with that. Now what we can do is take all this off again. We can what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this off. I'm going to get my spindle. We're going to pack the bearings. We're going to put the bearing in here. We're going to put the seal in place, and then I'm going to take my spindle and I'm going to put my spindle through it like this, so that my spindle is in there like that. And then I'm going to get a nice piece of pipe that goes over the spindle itself and rests just on the inside of the bearing, not on the outer case, just on the inside, and put it in the press and just press it in. Put our spacers on, put the other bearing on the other half, and press that one in, and then put the nut on, and away we go. So that gives you an idea of how to do the actual set up the actual spacing on these bearings. I hope that helps you if you're trying this. Thanks for watching.